Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of the day it is for you. That is the way I always say hello. Hello. I am Eva Marie Everson, Director of Florida Christian Writers Conference, and my favorite cohort is here.
Hello, I'm Taryn Suiters, and I am the co-director of the Florida Christian Writers Conference.
And Taryn just came back from a very important would you call it a conference or was it a convention?
It is called a conference. It's the American Library Association conference, and this is where I know like the Caldecott and the Newbery winners are announced in January, but this is where they have the big banquet, and
Mhm.
there's probably, I don't know, close to 8,000 librarians and library employees who all attend this conference, and it lasts for, I think, 4 days, and the convention hall is just filled with
Mhm.
vendors. And there's book signings galore and there's free books galore. I had to
Yeah.
ship back a box of books that were just thrust into my hands, of course.
Of course, yes, yes,
So
yes.
it's a lot of fun. This is my second time to attend this conference, and it's great.
And did you speak at this conference or was that another conference?
I participated in a mystery panel with
Oh.
two other authors,
Mhm.
Victor Pinheiro and Lindsay Curry, and we all write mysteries for Sourcebooks young readers. And so we
Mhm.
were on the pop top stage and got to do a panel, and that was a lot of fun, and had a
Yeah.
couple different book signings, and it was a blast.
Fun. That sounds like a lot of fun. We used to
It
do
is.
that CBA, Christian
Mhm.
Booksellers Association, which I don't think is actually what it is anymore. But we used to have that every year. It was an international convention. It was the same thing. You're having books thrust into your hands. You took an empty suitcase, you
Yes.
actually took a suitcase onto the floor. But the
Yep.
book signings were fun and the panels were fun and just the whole thing was tons of fun. And that is the joy of doing what we do. We have another joy, and that is directing the Florida Christian Writers Conference, which is coming up in
Yeah.
October, the 22nd to be
Woohoo.
exact.
It'll be here
Yay,
before we
yay.
know it.
Yes, I know. I know. We think, oh, it's summer and that will be fall and that's a long way off, but don't blink and you'll be putting your Christmas tree up. So um, yesterday, or at midnight today, I should
Yes.
say, our early bird ended. So yeah, that meant that some of if you signed up, before midnight on July 1st, by the end of the 30th of June, you got some freebie stuff
Yes.
and yay for that, but and some discounts. And so that is over. So if you were riding the fence, it is too late for that. However, we do have
However,
scholarships. Yes,
we
we do
do.
have scholarships we want you to know about.
Yes.
We often get this question, if I go ahead and sign up and I get the scholarship, what happens? We just write you a check. We
Yeah.
or we take it off of your credit card. We have ways of doing that. So
Correct.
don't worry about that. But if you're concerned that you won't get into, like, say, I wanted to do the VIP breakfast and I'm afraid if I wait too long, I won't get in, or if because we can only allow so many people in that room.
Mhm.
Or if you're concerned that you're just simply not, we're going to run out of rooms at the
Which we do
conference
every
center.
year.
Yeah, which we do every year. You want to go ahead and sign up, but you also want to apply for the scholarship. We're going to encourage you to do that. And we
Yeah.
have more than one scholarship. So let's talk about them. We're going to first talk about the Lloyd Boldman Scholarship. Taryn, tell us something about that.
So the Lloyd Boldman Scholarship is named after just a fantastic human being who has graduated into heaven. He graduated back in 2014, I believe.
Yeah.
And he was just a creative genius. He
Oh,
did
yes.
music, he did writing, he did poetry, he did all sorts of things. And he wasn't a founding member of Word Weavers Orlando, but he was there for many, many, many
Pretty
years.
early on. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
He
And
actually designed
so
our logo.
he did. He designed, yeah, he was a graphic artist.
Mhm.
If it involved creativity, Lloyd
Yeah.
was somehow attached to it. So if you want to enter the Lloyd Boldman Scholarship, so there is it is a full scholarship, I believe, that we award.
Yes.
And so
And then
if
there
you
are partial scholarships as well.
okay, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So it is if you are commuting, let's say you live in Lake County and you want to apply for the scholarship and you're just planning on commuting, the amount is for $550. If you're not a commuter, you're out of state or you're down in Miami or something and you're going to come up for the conference, the amount that's awarded is $850.
Mhm.
So you're not getting a single room, you're going to get a double, but most
If
of
you want a single room, you pay for it.
you could pay for you
Yeah.
could cover the difference,
Mhm.
and provided we have single rooms left.
Yeah, yeah, provided,
Um,
yes.
yeah, so there are some questions that you will need to answer, and you just go to the website, word-weavers.com, /scholarships, and it's listed right there, and it tells you, these are the questions you need to answer, and you just email that in, and in August, I believe is when you announce the winner. Is that correct,
I think
Amy?
that's correct. Yes.
Okay, yeah, so
August 15th, I think.
you have to turn it in by August 1st, and then the winners are
Yes.
announced a couple weeks later. So don't
Yeah.
ignore those deadlines.
Yes, because this is what happens so often, and not just with the scholarships, but with so many things. People wait until the last minute. They do that with the contests, they do that with the scholarships, and then they something happens in their life, and they miss the deadline, and then they're asking, "Oh, can you extend it for me? I forgot." And the answer is no, because we immediately, not that we're mean or anything, but
Right.
August 1st is the deadline. We start looking at those applications immediately
Yeah.
so that we can get the answers to those who applied for the scholarships. We don't want you to have to wait too long. So when we say
Yeah.
by the 15th of August, that means
Or by the
that
1st of
it could be
August.
even earlier. It could be,
Yeah.
we
Yeah. So
that
we
we'll
announced,
announce. Yeah,
yeah, we announced on the 15th. You have to turn it in by the 1st. And
right.
for the Lloyd Boldman, one of the reasons we're so firm on that deadline is we're not the judges for that. We
No.
actually send all of those applications, and you do send in a sample of your writing. We
Mhm,
send that to Lloyd's wife, and
mhm.
she's the one who picks the winner, and we need to give her that time.
Right.
So,
Yes, lots of grace on that because it's a lot of reading. I think it's 1,500, maybe 1,000, 1,500 word sample.
1,000 words. Yep.
Yeah. And so it's a lot of reading for her because this is the scholarship that most people apply for, obviously. And so she's reading like, sometimes up to 50,000 words and
Yeah.
looking at all of that. And it's just a lot to ask.
Yep. Excellent.
Okay. So then our next scholarship.
Our next one is the Bruce Brady FCWC Alumni Scholarship. And if you were blessed to ever have met Bruce, then you were blessed indeed. He was a sweetheart, always had a smile on his face, just the easiest person in the world to talk to. And he started the online groups. Is that correct,
He
Eva?
did. He did. He walked in. We were talking about we were at the Florida conference, and Mark and
Mhm.
I were in the office, and we were talking about how in one of our groups it was actually a subgenre group. So they were part of Word Weavers Orlando, but now it's like a little fiction group that broke off from that, met at a separate time. But one of our members had actually gone, out of state. We didn't want to lose her, so we started Skyping her in back in those days. We Skyped
Yes.
her in. And so Bruce came in and was just listening to us talk, and he said, you could really start something like that. And like for anybody and everybody who can't get to a traditional meeting. And I said, Bruce, you want to run with that? And he said, yeah, I'll run with it. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, you mentioned you have a good idea around me. I'll turn it over to him.
Yeah, that's right. Watch your brainstorming around the
What's your
boss. You'll
brainstorming?
find yourself in charge of it soon enough.
That's
The,
right.
the with the Bruce Brady Scholarship, this is an alumni scholarship. So in order to be eligible for this, you have to have attended FCWC sometime in the past. And we award two $200 scholarships. These are partial scholarships. Um, and you have to be registered for the full conference. I believe on all of these scholarships, you have to be registered for the full
Yes.
conference. So
Yes.
please keep that
Yes.
in mind as well.
Yes, yes. Yeah, we we have had people who signed up, for just like a day, and then they
Right.
win a scholarship, and then we look at it, we go, oh, wait a minute, now we're paying you to come. So that doesn't exactly work for us. We have to pay for all of that goodness at the
Yes.
conference, so we don't want to go in the hole here, but we do want to offer some financial relief to everyone that applies, and even if even if it's a little, we do
Yeah.
try to offer some financial relief. And then there's one more scholarship.
That I think probably you should talk about.
And
You
I
have a
have to
close
tell you because
connection to
I have a
it.
very close connection to it. I have to tell you, my brother was so proud of the work that I did, even though he thought I worked too hard. But he was so proud of the work that I did. And my brother left behind a little bit of money, and we decided, myself and I decided that I was going to put that toward the James L. Purvis Scholarship Fund for FCWC. So I think it's one $400 scholarship and $200 scholarships. Am I correct
That
about
is
that?
correct. One
Okay,
400 and two 200s.
200s. Okay, so all the application rules are at the website that Taryn just gave to you. It's word-weavers.com/scholarships. Is that correct?
That is
Okay.
correct.
Okay. And or you can go to word-weavers.com/Florida events and just look at everything that we have to offer, including the scholarships. Now, while we're on that topic, and those are the scholarships that FCWC offers. As you all know, Word Weavers International, we own Florida Christian Writers Conference. And so if you are a member of Word Weavers International, if it, not only do you get $55 off, now you can't use that in conjunction with any other like a scholarship or, oh, look, we have a visitor.
It's Mordecai.
Hello,
He knows when
Mordecai.
he's on camera.
Yeah. He's all fluff. He's
He's
all
on.
fluff and stuff. Yeah. um we what was I saying? Before Mordecai so rudely interrupted me.
How Word Weaver chapters have their own scholarships.
Yes, they do. We do have the $55 off if you are a Word Weavers member.
Mhm.
And listen, we do check to make sure when you use that code. We
We
do
verify.
check to make sure. Yes, we do verify because there are so many of us now. We do have to verify. But also, if you would like, you can go to your individual chapter and ask, is there money in our funds for a scholarship? And if so, how much? And presidents will then come to me and we will discuss that. Now, another thing, if you are in Word Weavers online groups, because you are in pages, and pages are only allowed 6 to 7 members, so that works a little bit differently. We have just put the word out for Word Weavers online groups. We have got some significant money for you guys, so if you are in online groups and you've been thinking about coming, if your president has not sent that out to you yet, the meme that has all the details, you can either one, email your president about it, or two, email us at wordweaversinternational@aol.com and ask. I want the details for the online scholarship, and we will get that to you.
That's right. So again, if you missed all the early bird perks, we do still have a coupon code for those word weavers, which is it's $55 off. That's not the coupon code.
Right.
But you do get $55 off. And I also want to make sure that y'all are aware. Let's say you're only allowed to use one coupon code when you register. Let's
Mhm.
say you registered as an early bird, but you're going to apply for a scholarship to help you with the rest. If you're awarded a scholarship, we're going to deduct the early bird amount from that scholarship amount because, again, you can only use one coupon code.
One coupon code. Yes,
So
yes. And what
if
is
you
the
need,
coupon code for members?
it's Word Weavers, one word. Oh, let me make sure it's singular, Word Weaver,
Okay,
because
Word Weaver.
one person is
Yes,
registering. You are registering. You are a Word Weaver. So
yes, yes.
it's
You're a
all one
Word
word.
Weavers member,
Yeah.
but you are a weaver.
You can do it in all caps. You can do it in lowercase. You can mix and match. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yes, hopefully.
Yeah.
We think. We could be wrong. We're both very tired. We had big trips this past weekend.
That's
So,
right.
All right,
Yep.
so that's it for today. Short and sweet. Just want to talk to you about scholarships. Lloyd Bowman, Bruce Brady, James L. Purvis, and then your individual chapter scholarships, your discount if you
Yep.
are a Word Weavers member. But again, you cannot use that in conjunction with any other code. So we will see you again next week. And
That's
until
right.
then, we hope you have a wonderful 4th of July. Bye for now.